so let's make a sphere. So what we know about a sphere, it's a circle that is three-dimensional, and a flat piece of paper is not three-dimensional. So as artists, we're rendering something that is two-dimensional into three dimensions. I have a circle tracer here, but you can use any circle that you can find around your house, a shampoo bottle, a glass. I'm making mine small, just so the tutorial goes quickly. First thing I did is I traced a circle. Now I'm going to imagine the light source is coming here on the right side. So that would make this side the lightest, and then the opposite side would be the darkest. I'm going to use the same circle template that I used before, and I'm simply going to slide it across to create sections of this circle. Go here, here, and then let's leave a little one at the bottom here. Okay, so what I've done is I've turned it into like curved sections. You can go in and kind of finesse this and make it neater for sure. The first one we're going to leave white. Okay, the second one we're going to do a light gray, then we're going to do a medium gray, the last section we're going to do a dark gray. So the first thing I'll show you how to do is to do the light gray. So I'm going to erase the line or make it very light and faint for where it's going to be white. So I'm going to go in there, and actually, you know what, for the white I want to instead just have a little shine. Okay, so I'm going to go in and make like a little oval, and then around that oval I'm going to make it super duper light over here, and then I'm just going to fill in, like I'm using my my pencil back and forth, lightly filling this in, making the lightest gray tone I possibly can. Super light pencil application, softly brushing with my pencil. And now I'm going to take my finger and blend it. Now where I had the white circle, it was a little too pronounced, so I'm just going to fix that up. Now here, lighter. Great. Next section. Now I'm going to move on to medium gray. So what does that mean? That means it's a little bit darker than my light application. There's two choices here. You can just do a medium application, or you can do two applications of light. It's a great idea to just kind of practice this for a second or two on your paper before you head into the sphere. So you'll notice that I'm going along the curve of the sphere. That's going to help to create further the illusion that this is a rounded shape and not a flat shape. So I'm adding shading and curves. There we go. Last little section. Okay, so now what we have is a section of medium and a section of light. And that's wonderful. However, we don't want clear delineations between where the lines start and stop. So we don't want to see like stripes. Instead, as an artist, we want to create the illusion that it's a continuous. So what I'm doing right now is, as light as I can move my pencil, I'm blurring the line between the medium and the light. I'm going to use my finger to blend this in just a second. So the finger is a great tool to blend. So I'm just going to softly blend this out. There we go. Now the last little section is dark. So I'm going to go in and apply this dark. Again, you could do a couple light coats until you get into the dark. You can practice on a scrap piece of paper, getting different grays out of a pencil. Believe it or not, you can pull 10 different values out of a regular pencil. Okay, so now I have this bottom crescent moon, and I'm going to again blur the line by doing a light application into the medium, following the curve. And then I'm going to blur it by blending it with my finger. Okay, so now let's do a couple little artist tricks. Now this is a great place. If we got here, you're pretty much done. So let's just bump it up a little bit further. Let's erase the outer line because things in real life aren't outlined, right? So let's go in. You'll notice I have a nice eraser here. I can just kind of erase that line. And then I can fill in that space with that super light application. Okay, and then I'm going to do a little bit more blending. Blending is really the most important part of creating these spheres. So I'm going to blend with a little color pencil strokes, and then I'm going to smear it with my finger. If you don't like using your finger, you can wrap your finger in a tissue, a paper towel. You can roll up a little piece of paper, making a little blending stump for yourself. Now we have our sphere, but the sun would cast a shadow, right? So the shadow would be on the opposite side of the sun, so it would come out the back here, and it would be in an ellipse shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a dark shadow here. And then I'm going to go in the back here and just make it super duper dark. Just adding another tone. Now this is a more advanced thing, so for you guys that are a little more advanced, you can add a little bit of this super dark tone to the back. Okay, so there you have it. That's your shading of a sphere.